Oh, I would love to see a bear fight a moose. You kidding me?
Depends
Although
what
moose,
kind of bear.
moose are pretty stupid, right? Moose are just
They're
generally
huge,
like
though.
they're huge. They're huge, but they're like cows. They don't just do anything. They don't do anything.
I thought
They
the
just-
herbivores
right.
usually fight very well.
Yeah, they're an herbivore. Are they moose are herbivore, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
The flesh-eating moose of Canada are feared wide and far.
Like a moose. A moose might outweigh it.
You just see him.
Giant, really sharp teeth growling at something.
Like those fanged deer in the rainforest. And like, you've probably
Dude,
never seen the teeth of a moose until now. And he just like pulls his lips back and snarls, and it's full of like huge fucking wolf teeth.
We've come across the rare carnivorous northern moose.
How big is a
That would be
moose? Did you
terrifying.
just look it up, Taylor?
Yeah, I did. So a moose is between 8 and 10 feet in length, and height at the shoulder is between 4.6 and 7 feet.
That's
so
so
And
big.
And a male is
Yeah.
840 to like a full-grown adult male is 1,500 pounds. So that's
They weigh as much as a car, basically, right?
How much
Yeah, it's
does a
pretty good.
polar bear weigh? 800? Like half that?
I don't know.
I'm going to bet that a polar bear is 12.
polar bears are the biggest bears.
They are the
That's why I
largest
picked
of the
it.
bear.
1200,
An adult
okay.
on hind legs. Why'd they break it down like this, Google? You fucking
But
asshole.
not the most dangerous bear.
Okay, an adult length 7.9 to 9.8, and weight is 990. So like a 1,000 pounds versus 1,500.
Ooh,
But you
boy.
also get those claws, that mouth of a weapon the bears
Yeah.
have. So I'm
Teeth.
taking a polar bear over a moose. Yeah.
Plus, like some sort of fighting, grappling, like body type
Yeah.
and experience.
It's
right?
got arms. Moose doesn't have arms. It's just
Moose
four.
has got
Antlers,
the-
though. Those antlers are
Yeah,
crazy.
moose has got the one critical strike. So basically, if the moose is charging at you and hits you with that, you'll probably die.
Yeah, the
that'll
moose is
probably
like a
just be
glass
it.
cannon in that way.
Yeah.
He hits you on that initial rush, you're probably fucked. But if that polar bear can shimmy a little bit, get to the side, control the back.
I think we're underestimating the moose. I have a lot. I've seen those moose, like just cow moose, go crazy up in Canada and start wrecking neighborhoods, and they're terrifying.
Yeah,
They're so big. They hit cars and the car moves.
Yeah.
Like they're just so powerful. I
Can
don't
a-
know.
Would a
nature's
Mosin
scary.
Nagant one shot a moose?
You'd have to hit him in the right spot for sure.
the
You'd
head.
have to hit him in the
Any
right
lung
spot.
heart, right? Would get it done.
Yeah, lung or heart, or certainly in the head.
Yeah, the brain. Yeah.
But yeah, if you shot him in like the guts, you just really piss him off. He would just keep on coming.
A friend of mine lived in Fairbanks for a long time, and he said if moose just got loose, like you were just talking about, Kyle, they would just charge through neighborhoods and basically people's lawns, and there's nothing you can do. Like you can't stop them. You can't get out in front of them and be like, hey, like they just keep going. They just like plow down fences and plow down anything in their path.
You know what
they
are
don't
even
wanna run it.
scarier than any of these animals, and that's the hippopotamus.
Yes.
Have you seen that documentary that's coming, I believe, to Netflix called Cocaine Hippos?
No,
No,
that sounds
it's a
awesome. They put 'em on
documentary?
cocaine.
I hope
So
they're
it's-
dealers.
Just very skinny hippos.
It's all about the hippos that Pablo Escobar imported to Colombia to be on his like wild game fucking preserve. And then after he was put out of business, now there's hippos in South America in fucking Colombia. And there aren't many predators for the hippo in Africa.
Right?
There are no predators for the hippo in South America.
Isn't it funny how some continents just become pussy continents? I think America doesn't have the kind of apex predators that would reign supreme.
We did a
killed
real
them.
number on them.
We
Yeah.
killed them. There
That's
were a
true.
lot of-
Well, we're the apex predator.
There
so-
were short-nosed
Yes.
bears
Yeah.
and saber-toothed tigers and I mean there were armadillos like the size of a Volkswagen. Like not that they're like apex
Interesting.
predators or anything, but like there was a lot of megafauna here, and we killed them out.
Those giant sloths.
So what you're saying is the people of Africa and Australia who now have the apex predators are kind of pussies because they allowed them to
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've said it many times. Africa has let those lions run rampant.
For far
And
too
They
long.
need to settle them down.
Or
Look-
maybe they live with them. Maybe they just live with them and hang out with them. I don't know. You know?
You
Well,
ever
then we
seen the
differ.
movie The Ghost in the Darkness?
Yes, yes.
So the Ghost in the Darkness tells the true story of the Savo lions. This is a real thing that happened in Africa, turn of the century, like let's call it 1894, more or less, within 15 or 20 years. Either way is where I am. I'm definitely somewhere in there. No way to know. And this actually happened again. So the British were building their railroad through Africa at the time. using mostly Indian labor from India and local African tribesmen. There was this pair of 2 male lions without a pride, very rare thing, that had killed hundreds of human beings.
That's right.
The British have sent this Army Corps of Engineers officer to get this bridge constructed. Well, the lions are killing so many of his fucking workers left and right that they just quit. They leave him behind, and so his new mission is to kill the lions.
Yeah.
And like it goes on for a long time. The Tsavo lions are in the Museum of Natural History. Spoiler alert.
I like that the meanest lions in history are just a pair of gay guys. just wrecking everything.
What it actually is when male lions come to a certain age, they have a couple of options, right? They can either try to take on the alpha of their pride and overthrow him, or they can go out and start their own. The most dangerous lion would be one that can do neither of those things. And that's what you had here. So these are 2 male lions who don't have a pride, so they really can't take down a zebra because of the teamwork required to do that. But they can take down an Indian guy sleeping in a tent and fucking tear his flesh off in the middle of the night. It was hundreds that they killed, like not 100 or 200. I think it was like 400 or 500 human beings that these 2 lions killed. The movie has Val Kilmer and
Michael Douglas.
And it's very good. And the guy who plays there's this really cool scene where they're dealing with some local African tribesmen, and it's at a point in the movie where Val Kilmer's character has killed a lion, not one of the main lions, but a lion, and he's wearing the claws around his neck. He thinks he's a badass, and they go, Matumbo here, he killed a lion once, and Val Kilmer, and he goes, how many shots did it take you? And he goes, I use my hands.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
It was a very small lion. They do not include that in this
I
story.
choke him to death. Yeah, good movie. Again, a real fun movie. It's one of my favorite ones growing up. The Ghost and the Darkness.
This happens. Not rarely, but it happens occasionally in the animal kingdom where an animal will just start killing humans. Like sharks, for the most part, sharks don't do that. They like they're just hunting. They're looking for food or whatever. So they'll bite you, and then they realize you're not a seal and move on. But sometimes there'll be a shark. I think there was a great white shark. I want to say it was Monterey or like somewhere in Northern California that basically just started killing, and it like they, for no other reason than they just wanted to like just kill around where they were. And I don't know if scientists even know why that happens. I don't know why that animals just all of a sudden are like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna start killing things.
Sometimes it's when a predator's wounded, or when it's like I said with the Tsavo lions, it was because they didn't have a pride of their own and they weren't really able to take on the natural prey. And if they ever get a taste for human beings, they found a new weakened food source, because at first it's something completely foreign to them. They're not sure if they should even fuck with those weird hairless apes over there wearing clothes and living in buildings. I remember there was some statistic about how many Indians, dots, not feathers, had been killed by tigers over this course of time. And it was an outrageous statistic. It was like 300 a year every year for like 200 years. Something.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to do Googling on that one.
I'm doing tiger attacks in India.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Not Googling shit. You're on your own.
They estimate 373,000 people have died to tiger attacks between 1800 and 2009. How could you possibly estimate that?
How many people?
They said 373,000 over the course of a 109-year period.
That's so many people.
That's what I was saying. Like it's a number that's like, it's like, whoa.
I feel like if Americans lived there, they'd flip that shit over, right?
That's a ludicrous
we wouldn't have
KD
Buffalo
for
There
Bill
are
anymore.
no lions here now.
We wouldn't have Buffalo Bill. We'd have Larry the Lion Hunter, widely known for killing thousands and thousands of lions just for sport. Yeah. And I'm also drawing all these parallels between those Tsavo lions Kyle's talking about and humans. I'm like, God, so these lions kind of joined the priesthood, right? You know, they couldn't get married and have normal relationships, so they become priests, and then they start preying on the weakest members of society, right? They're not eating zebras anymore. They're fucking children. That's the equivalent with these Tsavo lions. It makes perfect sense.
It just shows that any species, any male member of a species that can't get any pussy is going to go crazy.
It's going to have a real problem. Yep.
You get like, that's what you get. You get like
Science.
Elliot Rodger lions who are driving around in their, nice ass Mercedes shooting people out of their window in Southern California.
Who's Elliot Rodger? There's a reference I missed.
He was the shooter who like the incel shooter from a few years back who like had those pouty faces and would film himself in his car like, women are the worst and they suck and they won't date me or fuck me and I hate it. And like, obviously, different words than that, but pretty much the same message put forth. And then he like shot a bunch of guys and their girlfriends like walking around. And
really, he shot happy couples. That's like what his target was.
Yeah, he was like trying to, like he even failed at that. He was like trying to kill women because he was so mad at women, and then he ended up killing more men than women anyway. So just a total loser. And maybe he's dead now. Let's see. Yeah, I don't actually care. So yeah, so we'll see. He's spiritually dead. So yeah,
it's animals are fucking scary, man. Like
They
it's. I don't think I've ever been afraid of anything in the woods because there's nothing really here. Like what he said in North
Snakes.
America,
they'll sneak up on you as long as it's not a rattler.
You know what's scary in the woods?
Grizzly bears are fucking scary.
Poison
yeah,
ivy.
but we don't have those I'm in the southeast. Like there's a few black bears sort of in the north, but I mean, hunting, I was never afraid of anything that was actually out there.
When I'm in the woods, my eyes are trained looking for poison ivy. That's my that's my natural predator that just fucks my day up.